Barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free, hit the subscribe button. Um, don't forget, go to Silent Heroes, man. Support the projects, man. And um, I'll tell you this: I was kind of excited for Tank's Media Day today. I thought it was tomorrow, but it was today, and it popped up on my thing. I had my days confused. My nephew's in town from Baltimore, so I've been spending a lot of time. So maybe I lost track of the days. Let me set this down. I don't need to hold it. And I was disappointed in Tank's Media Day. Now, with all the things that I'm saying, I still have Tank as the favorite. Um, and but what I do believe, if Ryan Garcia can get Tank Davis to the eighth or ninth round, I think um, equality could rear its ugly head in the later rounds. And you say why, Fred? Tank Davis looked bothered. He looked disconjointed. He had no connection to nobody that was in the gym. He never communicated with nobody, really. He was more concerned with his cell phone. It was like he didn't even trust his. It's like he didn't even trust Calvin Ford to hold his cell phone. He had his headphones in. He was disconnected from the media. He wouldn't listen to Calvin Ford. Calvin Ford didn't have a plan. Calvin Ford was standing against the wall like a lost puppy, waiting on his father to come back in from doing yard work. Um, and this ain't no hate. I'm just telling you exactly what I see. Um, uh, and how I know these things will more than likely be true because I've been to hundreds of these. Um, I remember Abel Sanchez with Triple G. He always had a plan. Abel Sanchez always had a plan when it came to Triple G. You know, um, they didn't wrap his hand so he can talk to media. There was no questions to media while the workout was on. He had his headphones on and they had the music blowing. So now the media can't make money. It was just all messed up. You know, there's no leadership in Tank's camp. I thought Tank's midsection didn't look great. He had a weight. He had a waistband on with some layers. And you say, Fred, what are you talking about? Well, Shakur Stevenson did interviews with his shirt off weeks before camp. Devin Haney um, is forever doesn't have his shirt on when he works out. Weeks and months before the camp. If you go to his Instagram or his stories right now, I'm sure you're gonna see Devin Haney running and working out with no shirt on in some capacity. Whether he's at Snack or whether he's in Vegas or wherever he may be. You know, Tank can't take his shirt off, and I don't think this will impact him in this fight. But now I don't see Tank beating Shakur Stevenson or Devin Haney or even Lomachenko for that matter. I don't see it at all. Uh, Tank is out of shape. Tank is heavy. Why is Tank heavy, Fred? The man jump rope for a minute, and I have I have hundreds, thousands of rounds jumping rope underneath my, and I have days where I don't want to jump rope because I feel heavy. Especially after like a 3-day weekend, you go out of town, you come back in, you feel heavy, and you just don't want to jump rope. You rather just shadow box. You rather just go run. Because the compressions come too quick and they come so rapidly that the compound interest from jumping reminds you and and reminds you that you're a little bit too heavy, and you have these mental conversations. And I know many people that jump rope will understand exactly what I'm saying, but the people who didn't, who just don't understand, and y'all just keep listening. But I have no hate in my heart for Tank. Ryan Garcia is training with no shirt on. Tank Davis has to train with a shirt on 2 weeks before, literally 2 weeks before the weigh-in, because right now in Los Angeles, no, it's not midnight yet. It's 11:15, 16, somewhere in there. So when I started this video, so but I have my concern. Tank can't beat Shakur Stevenson. Tank can't beat Devin Haney right now. How his camp is conjured up, no way. I don't think Calvin, as I said, Calvin Ford lacks lacks control, man. It's no Calvin Ford. He should be doing what you tell him to do. You can't get in front of the world and let Tank dictate the terms of a media workout. You got to have a plan. What is Tank great at? Uppercuts. He has great hand speed. So you probably should have put him on the mitts. You put him on the uppercut bag, the mitts. Why are you on? Listen, why is he running on a treadmill in a media workout? I mean, you can do whatever you want, but how is he going to communicate with the media? I don't think he gave any sound bites. I don't think he said anything. I mean, the last big sound bite I heard from Tank was when he called Ryan Garcia a she girl or something like that. That was funny. You know what I mean? And then his interviews was flat. He said, "I don't know" to 50% of the questions. Um, he was disconnected today. I don't know whether he was bothered or I don't know what's going on in his personal life, but it was very apparent. And I know I'll be the only one probably to say this, but the reality is it was flat. Like I said, I believe he still beats Ryan Garcia. Um, but moving forward, they're gonna keep him in this round, and that's where we're at. I even think what you call would give him a run for his money at this point. What's the gentleman's name? Isaac Cruz. I think Isaac Cruz would give Tank Davis a run for his money right now. I don't think he's connected to the sport of boxing, because 2 weeks before the sport, in the biggest pay-per-view of his life, he doesn't have his shirt off. He's not interacting. Why is Calvin Ford there? Like for real? Like I don't get it. I don't understand why. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's different to me, man. He had his boxing shoes on. He didn't change the running shoes, so obviously it wasn't planned, because he had his ring shoes on. He didn't have no running shoes, so that means they're just fly by it, doing it by ear. There's no plan. And I mean, Tank is a different level of talent, but now when you look at Malik Hawkins, now I understand. You know, Calvin Ford, now I understand. I truly understand. I saw Lorenzo Simpson there. Um, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Lorenzo Simpson might need a different trainer. I'm just being real. I don't know if Calvin Ford is still his lead trainer or something like this, but I don't see it, man. I don't see no ascension, and I have my concerns. I don't hate Calvin Ford. I don't dislike him. I'm just telling you exactly what I see. Everybody go Google Abel Sanchez and Triple G. Go Google Eddie Reynoso and Canelo. You don't see no indecisiveness. Media day, you supposed to have your shirt off, you ripped, you chiseled, you 2 weeks away from the fight. Everybody knows you got 10 to 15 pounds to lose, but they can see the work that you put in, and you got lines in your stomach. You look good. Your photo ready. There was none of that with Tank. None of that with Tank. Um, so it is what it is, man. I If it gets to the ninth round, I think he'll rear his head, but everything under 8, I think Tank has a huge advantage. After round 9, I think things start to become equal. But we'll see, man. I'm interested to hear what Ryan Garcia has to say about his media workout. Well, I didn't see TMZ. I didn't see CNN. I didn't see ESPN. I didn't see Fox. So I don't know how they're going to get the word out. I didn't see Stephen A. Smith covering this fight. I don't know how they're going to get the word out. I'm talking about to the millions that they need to get it out, because when Pacquiao, whenever you go over 1 million pay-per-view buys, y'all, that means you're in the kitchen. That means your wife, your girlfriend, your fiance is asking you 2 weeks before the fight, where are we going to watch the fight? Because typically you'll tell her you're going over your boy's house to watch the fight, and she'll say, "Okay, that's cool. Um, just call me when you're on your way home." Simple as that, you know. Uh, but I'm not a fan of this version of Tank. I wish Tank well. I have no hate in my heart for Tank. Um, Tank reminds me of some of my students, you know, that I taught. A kid who lacked discipline, who had no family structure, and is out here figuring the world out on his own. The fact that he said, here's how I know Tank has no control over his career. The fact that he says he's separated from Floyd Mayweather and Mayweather Promotions, and Leonard Ellaby said today he sent the contracts. Tank has no control. So what I'm saying is, y'all calling Al Heyman the expert, the genius, when in actuality, Al Heyman and Floyd Mayweather still doing business as it pertains to Tank Davidson. And Tank didn't even know. Go figure. Barbershop Conversations, man. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. Y'all better fix this in the next 2 weeks. Y'all better fix this. Y'all better make a good showing for yourselves, Uh, make a good showing for yourself, man. Because Ryan Garcia will be motivated by this. And I guarantee you, Ryan Garcia went and ran tonight. You know what I mean? Because I remember when I was covering Floyd Mayweather, I would follow Floyd, not follow Floyd. Forgive me for saying it, but when you're watching the YouTube videos and when you're covering the fight, you're on his Instagram and he's going out running 2 o'clock in the morning. And I know some of you guys remember my videos when I was running 2 o'clock in the morning and stuff like that. If you go back through my old YouTube videos, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. When I see these guys running and working out, you know, um, I can't do no 2 o'clock morning runs over here. We got coyotes and bears and stuff and bobcats. So, but but yeah, man. Anyways, man, y'all have a wonderful evening. Tank, clean it up. Calvin Ford, clean it up. I'm interested to see what Lorenzo Simpson will look like. I believe he's on this card, if I'm not mistaken. So hopefully he is. And I would love to see him fight, man. I ain't seen him fight in a minute. So hopefully all is well on his end. Oh no, he just fought on the Devin Haney's card. Yeah, I stand corrected. Yeah, so if I'm not mistaken. So I wish him well. Um, I, I like Lorenzo. He's a humble giant. And hopefully Tank get it together, man. You're not fooling me, Tank. You're not fooling me. Nah, nah, you can run the gamut, you can do what you want, say what you want. You're not fooling me. You're not tricking me. Wearing purses and earrings and wearing the shirt 2 weeks from your media day, not listening to Calvin Ford. Calvin Ford don't have a plan. There's no structure, there's no discipline. Tank is bouncing around looking for a heavy bag. Man, you ain't fooling me. He don't trust nobody with his phone. How crazy is that? Anyways, the devil's in the details. I wish you well, Tank. And you know, we'll see what happens, man. I still have Tank a 3-1 favorite in this fight. Uh especially before 8. But Ryan got to bust his butt to get it to round 8. But we'll see. I'm gone, man. Barbershop Conversations. Peace out.